Let me ask you something. If I followed you around for just one ordinary day, not your best day, not your worst day, just a regular Tuesday, would I be able to predict your future? Your health, your income, your confidence, your mindset. Not based on your goals, but based on your habits. Because here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to hear. Your life today is not the result of one big decision. It's the result of thousands of tiny ones you barely noticed. And that's why change feels so frustrating. You read books. You watch motivational videos. You promise yourself, this time will be different. But weeks later, you're right back where you started. Why? Because you've been trying to change outcomes without changing the system that creates them. And that's exactly what Atomic Habits is about. Not motivation, not discipline, but the invisible force shaping your identity every single day. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why goals are overrated, why willpower keeps failing you, and how tiny habits quietly decide who you become. And there's one idea near the end that might completely change how you see yourself. Let's begin. Chapter 1: The Power of Atomic Habits. James Clear opens the book with a simple but dangerous idea. Tiny changes create remarkable results. Not tomorrow. Not overnight. But inevitably. Think about this. If you improve just 1% every day, by the end of 1 year, you're 37 times better. But here's the twist no one talks about. If you get 1% worse every day, you don't fall dramatically. You decay quietly. This is why habits are so powerful, and so scary. Because they don't feel important in the moment. Skipping one workout doesn't ruin your health. Eating one donut doesn't make you unhealthy. Missing one study session doesn't make you fail. So your brain says, this doesn't matter. But it does. Just not immediately. And that's the problem. Let me pause you right here. If habits are so small, why do they end up controlling entire lives? Because of something called the plateau of latent potential. The ice cube moment. Imagine an ice cube sitting in a cold room. The temperature rises from 25 degrees Fahrenheit, to 26, to 27, to 31. Nothing happens. At 32 degrees Fahrenheit, suddenly it melts. Was the last degree responsible for the change? No. It was all the degrees before it. Success works the same way. You don't see results until you do. And most people quit at 31 degrees. That's why. People quit the gym in January. Give up on businesses too early. Abandon habits right before they compound. They mistake lack of visible progress for lack of progress. The most important mindset shift in Chapter 1 is the systems versus goals shift. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Goals are about results. Systems are about process. Every Olympian wants to win gold. Every writer wants to finish a book. Every entrepreneur wants freedom. If goals worked, everyone would succeed. But winners and losers often have the same goals. The difference is their daily systems. And this leads us directly to Chapter 2. Because before you change your habits, you must understand who they are really for. Chapter 2: Identity Shapes Habits. Here's the question that changes everything. Who are you becoming? Most people try to change habits like this. I want to lose weight. I want to be productive. I want to be confident. That's outcome-based change. Some go one level deeper. I'll go to the gym 5 days a week. I'll wake up at 5 a.m. That's process-based change. But James Clear says both miss the deepest layer. The layer that actually sticks. Identity-based change. The real reason habits fail. Your habits are not random. They are votes for the type of person you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who always procrastinates, someone who isn't disciplined, someone who struggles with consistency, your habits will obey that identity. Because the brain's job is not to make you successful. Its job is to keep you consistent with who you think you are. So when you try to change habits without changing identity, your brain resists. Not because it's lazy, but because it's loyal. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. What habits are you keeping, not because you want them, but because they match the story you tell yourself? Here's the powerful loop. Your identity shapes your habits. Your habits reinforce your identity. It's a feedback loop, the two-direction identity loop. But here's the good news. You don't need to decide who you are. You can prove it through action. Every small habit is a vote. One workout equals a vote for, I am someone who takes care of my body. One page read equals a vote for, I am a reader. One focused work session equals a vote for, I am disciplined. You don't need 100% proof. You just need more votes than doubt. The most freeing idea. You're not trying to become someone new. You're trying to reinforce a new identity, one action at a time. And that brings us to chapter 3. Because once identity is clear, the question becomes, why does the brain even create habits in the first place? Chapter 3, How Habits Actually Work. Habits exist for one reason. To save energy. Your brain is constantly scanning. What worked before? What required the least effort? Habits are shortcuts. And every habit follows the same 4-step loop. Cue, something triggers the behavior. Craving, you want a change in state. Response, the habit itself. Reward, the brain learns, do this again. Let's break that down. The real driver is not the habit. Here's the key insight. You don't crave the habit. You crave the outcome. You don't crave scrolling, you crave stimulation. You don't crave junk food, you crave comfort. You don't crave procrastination, you crave relief from stress. Habits are solutions to problems. Bad habits aren't evil. They're misguided attempts to feel better. And this is critical, because it removes shame. You're not broken. You're trained. Think about your worst habit right now. What problem is it trying to solve? Is it stress? Boredom? Loneliness? Fear? When you understand the craving, you gain leverage. Why awareness changes everything. Once you see the loop, habits lose their mystery. You realize the cue is often invisible. The craving is emotional. The response is automatic. The reward teaches repetition. In the next part of this series, you'll learn how to reprogram each step of this loop. So good habits feel easy. And bad habits lose their grip. Not through motivation, but through design. Right now, you have two paths. You can keep relying on motivation, hoping tomorrow you'll feel different. Or you can start shaping the system that shapes you. Because habits don't just build routines. They build identity. And identity builds destiny. In the next video, we'll break down the 4 laws of behavior change. How to make habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. And how to design your environment so success becomes automatic. This isn't about doing more. It's about becoming someone new. One small action at a time. If this video made you think differently about your habits, stay with the series. Because the smallest change might be the one that changes everything.